Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Wednesday, 26th of February 2025. Starting the newspaper with the world news, including United States Ukraine reach agreement on terms of a critical mineral deal, say officials. Israel Hamas reach solution on a new exchange to continue fragile ceasefire. What you can say is Pope Francis remains critical but stable with no new respiratory episodes. United States judge blocks Trump's effort to halt refugee admission system. More than 20 massive staffers resign over doggies and dismantling of public services. When and how to see seven planets align in night sky in a rare planetary parade. Now, starting the newspaper briefly with the Hindu newspaper, Israel Hamas agree on new exchange, leaving fragile ceasefire intact. Israel has delayed the release of 600 Palestinian prisoners since Saturday, February 22, 2025, to protest what it says is the cruel treatment of hostages during their release by Hamas. Hamas said an agreement had been reached to resolve the dispute during the visit to Cairo by a delegation headed by Khalil al-Hayya, a top political official in the group. Israeli and Hamas officials said Thursday, February 25, they have reached an agreement to exchange the bodies of dead hostages for the release of hundreds of Palestinian prisoners, keeping their fragile ceasefire intact for at least a few more days. Israel has delayed the release of 600 Palestinian prisoners since Saturday, February 22, 2025, to protest what it says is the cruel treatment of hostages during their release by Hamas. The militant group has said the delay is a serious violation of their ceasefire and that talks on a second phase are not possible until they are freed. The deadlock had threatened to collapse the ceasefire when the current 6-week first phase of the deal expires this weekend. Ukraine and United States agree on the framework mineral deal. Ukrainian officials says Ukraine and United States have reached an agreement on a framework for a broad economic deal that will include the exploitation of rare earth minerals. The agreement could be signed as early as Friday, February 2025, and plans are being drawn up for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to travel to Washington to meet Donald Trump. Ukraine and the United States have reached an agreement on framework for a broad economic deal that would include the exploitation of rare earth minerals. Their senior Ukrainian officials said Tuesday, February 25, 2025. The officials who were familiar with the matter spoke on a condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak publicly. One of them said that Kyiv hopes that signing the agreement will ensure the continued flow of U.S. military support that Ukraine urgently needs. Indonesian residents are run outside as a shallow 6.1 magnitude earthquake hits near Sulawesi. The country's meteorological agency gave a lower magnitude of 6.0 and said there was no potential for a tsunami. A shallow 6.1 magnitude earthquake hit near the Indonesian island of Sulawesi on Wednesday, February 2025, the United States Geological Survey said, forcing residents to flee outside the but with no damage or casualties reported. The tremor hit at 6:55 a.m. local time, 22:55 GMT, at a depth of 10 kilometers, 6.2 miles, with the epicenter offshore near the North Sulawesi province, according to the USGS. The country's meteorological agency gave a lower magnitude of 6.0 and said there was no potential for tsunami. Locals in the North Sulawesi described the panic when the quake struck. 2 killed in an Israeli strike on eastern Lebanon. State media says a Lebanese army soldier and people stand on a rubble at a damaged site in the aftermath of the Israeli strike in Lebanon. Hezbollah was left vacant by a year of hostilities, including the 2 months of all-out war in which its leadership was decimated. Lebanese state media said that an Israeli airstrike on Tuesday, February 25, 2025, killed at least 2 people in the country's east, where the military said it targeted Hezbollah militants. An enemy drone carried out an airstrike on the town of Shara near the eastern Lebanon mountain range, killing 2 people and wounding 2 others, said the state-run national news agency. According to the Hindustan Times newspaper, stated that government corners Aam Aadmi Party as Controller and Editorial General of India flags excise losses. The Comptroller and Editorial General performance a review on Delhi's excise policy between 2017 and 2022. The first of 40 pending reports by audit agency to be tabled in the Delhi Assembly flagged a string of major violations in awarding license, quality control and pricing, leading to the national loss over rupees 2,000 crore to the exchequer. The BJP Bharatiya Janata Party government seized on the reports finding to attack the Aam Aadmi Party, which governed during the audit of period. The BJP demanded answers from the Aam Aadmi Party over the decisions made regarding the excise policy and said that those involved in corrupt practices will be held accountable. The report highlights that the now scrapped 2021-2022 excise policy alone resulted in the national revenue losses of rupees 2,002.68 crore. These include rupees 890 crore from the failure to retender surrender retail licenses and rupees 941 crore from the exemptions and relaxed rules for sooner licenses, rupees 144 crore from unwarranted COVID-19 fee waivers, and rupees 27 crore from incorrect security deposit collections. Sometimes also states that heat wave forecast as the country logs first 40 degrees Celsius day of the year. Parts of India have begun regarding temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius for the first time this year, and is signaling an early onset of summer-like conditions. The Indian Meteorological Department (IMD) warned on Monday, predicting a heat wave in pockets of the Konkanis, coastal Karnataka and North Kerala. The Canary Airport in Kerala recorded the highest temperature of 40.4 degrees across the country's plain on Monday, marking the first instance of temperature crossing the 40-degree threshold in 2025. While not quite a record in 2023, Gujarat's Bhuj recorded 40.4 degrees on February 16. Such temperatures are rare for anywhere in the country in the first 2 months of the year. Rarer still there are heat wave conditions in the February. In February so far, the mean temperature is the highest since 1901 over the South Peninsula and Central India, and the third warmest for India overall, said O.P. Srijit, head of the Climate Monitoring and Prediction of the Indian Meteorological Department (IMD). General Dwivedi briefed on French Army's modernization drive. Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi meets with the General Pierre Semet, French Army Chief, during an official visit into France. New Delhi Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi on Tuesday visited Marseille, where he was briefed on the French Army's modernization program called Scorpion and the mission and role of the French land commanders through 3rd Division based there. Officials aware of the matter said. Launched a decade ago, the Scorpion program seeks to modernize the French Army's combat capabilities. With the new platform, Dwivedi, who began his 4-day official visit on January 24, was also briefed on the ongoing training cooperation between the two armies. The officials said the visit seeks to deepen defense cooperation between the two countries, a key element of all bilateral relationships, and explore new avenues of cooperation. Army Chief will visit Karpingyang on Wednesday to witness live fringe exercises. On February 27, he will visit the New Chapel, Indian War Memorial, to pay tributes to men who fell in the World War I. This will be followed by the talk of the École de Goury, the French Joint Staff College, where Dwivedi is expected to highlight the evolving nature of warfare and India's strategic vision, the army earlier said on the eve of the visit. According to the economy of the country, from the business point of view, Reserve Bank of India moves to boost credit flow to NBFCs cut risk rate on loans. The risk weight on the exposures of scheduled commercial banks as CBs and to NBFCs was increased by 25 percent points by the Reserve Bank of India in November month of 2023. Bank lending to NBFCs has slowed down dramatically, plummeting to a 4-year low of 6.7% in the 2024, the latest RBI data reveals. Road Ministry removed 1,000 black spots on the national highways, says report. Details mentioned in Detail or Demands for Grants, which was released recently. According to the ministry's annual report of financial year 2025, the average pace of award for construction during the period from 2014 to 2024 is 11,017 kilometers. Females spend 201 minutes more than males per day in unpaid household work. Time Use Survey 2024. Female also spend 62 more minutes in a day in unpaid caregiving activities for household members than males, with the average time spent of females registering an increase to 137 minutes in 2024 from 134 minutes in 2019. The share unpaid household work for females aged 15 to 59 years remained high as they spent 305 minutes in such work in 2024. Now going to the science and tech, we have Norway Hospitals and the Hindu to present the webinar on hypertension on February 28. Healthy India, Happy India. It is a part of series of 15 webinars aimed at promoting health awareness, disease prevention and overall wellness across India. Now the Hospital Vellore, in collaboration with the Hindu, is set to host a webinar titled Blood Pressure. What you need to know about February 28th. This event is part of the Healthy India, Happy India initiative, a series of 15 webinars aimed at promoting health awareness, disease prevention and overall wellness across India. The webinar scheduled to be held at 11:30 a.m. is fifth installment in the series. It brings together a distinguished panel of experts to discuss various aspects of hypertension. AI, artificial intelligence in healthcare. Experts at BioAsia 2025 highlight cybersecurity efficiency access. Panel discussion at BioAsia 2025 in Hyderabad. The increasing role of artificial intelligence in healthcare was the crux of the thought-provoking panel discussions at BioAsia 2025 in Hyderabad on Tuesday. At the conference that featured global leaders in the field of healthcare, Sesham Bashan, head of the Center for Health and Healthcare and member of the executive committee at the World Economic Forum Switzerland, spoke about AI's potential to streamline clinical development. Clinical trials remain at a lengthy and documentation-heavy process. AI can make them faster and more cost-effective, he noted. However, Mr. Bishan pointed out that despite significant technological advancements, healthcare access remains a challenge for billions of worldwide. He highlighted concerns over the slow progress towards the universal health coverage UHC goal of providing healthcare for all by 2030. An assessment last year showed that we are close to achieving this. The supply of healthcare needs to be improved to meet the massive demand. AI can provide policymakers and healthcare leaders with the deeper insights into bringing this gap, he said. Adding to the discussion, Dr. Ken Washington, Chief Technology Officer at Medtronic, United States of America, underscored AI's role in improving diagnostic accuracy. AI can help reduce false positives, ultimately alleviating pain, restoring health, and extending life, he said. Saving nature can unite world countries, told at rebooted United Nations talks. Environmental activists take part in a flash mob at a Circo Massimo as the Conference Party 16 Biodiversity Conference resumes at the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization FAO headquarters in Rome, February 25, 2025. More than 2 years after a landmark deal on nature, nations continue to haggle over the money needed to reserve destruction that scientists say threatens a million species. Global talks sought to provide nature started as Tuesday with the call of humanity to come together to sustain life on the planet and overcome the deep divisions that caused the previous meetings last year and in disarray. More than 2 years after the landmark deal on the nature, including a pledge to protect 30% of the world's land and sea by 2030, nations continue to haggle over the money we needed. Reserve destruction that scientists say threatens a million species. Negotiators meeting at a United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization headquarters in Rome this week are tasked with the breaking a deadlock on funding between rich and developing countries that saw Conference of Party 16 talks in Cali, Colombia, break up without agreement in November month. Taiwan investigating a Chinese carrier ship believed to have severed undersea cable. Taiwan detained the Chinese carrier a cargo ship Hong Tae on February 25 after the subsea telecoms cable was severed off the island, the Coast Guard said. After the Chonghua telecom cable damaged before the Coast Guard approached the ship, which had begun to sail northwestward and escorted it to Anping Port. Taiwanese authorities are investigating a Chinese crew on a ship suspected of severing an undersea communication cable in the latest such incident, adding that to tensions between Taipei and Beijing. Taiwan's Coast Guard intercepted the Togolese flagged cargo ship Hong Tae in waters between its mainland islands, west coast, and the outlying Penghu Islands early Tuesday, February 25, 2025, according to a statement by the Coast Guard. At last, there's a famous poet from India in the region of J&K. His name was famous as Mahjoor, Pirzada Ghulam Ahmad. On birth anniversary August 1885 up to 9 April 1952, known by his pen name as Mahjoor, was a poet of the Kashmir Valley. He is especially noted for introducing a new style into Kashmiri poetry and for expanding Kashmiri poetry into the previously unexplored thematic realms. Mahjoor is recognized as a father of the Kashmiri language. Mahjoor was born in the village of Mitrigam, Pulwama, 25 miles 40 kilometers from Srinagar. He got his pen name Mahjoor when he visited Punjab and started writing poetry under the influence of the great Urdu poet Shibli Nomani. He followed in the academic footsteps of his father, who was a scholar of Persian language. He received a primary education from the Maktab of Ashtrani, a renowned poet in Tral. After the passing of the middle school examination from Nusratul Islam School, Srinagar, he went to the Punjab, where he came in the contact with Urdu poets like Bismil Amritsari and Maulana Shibli Nomani. He returned to Srinagar in 1908 and started writing in Persian and then in Urdu. Determined to write in his native language, Mahjoor used the simple diction of traditional folk storytellers in his writings. Mahjoor worked as a Patwari regional administrator in the Department of Revenue. He was posted at Handwara, which was one of the oldest tehsils of Kashmir. Along with his official duties, he spent his free time writing poetry, and his first Kashmiri poem, One Tahevesiye, was published in 1918. His poems explored a variety of subjects, including love, fostering for unity among communities, advocating for social change, and shedding light on the struggle faced by the people of Kashmir. Mahjoor in 2013, Stamp of India. Mahjoor is recognized by one of the commentators as a poet who revolutionized the traditional forms of the Nazm and Ghazl. His books were widely read across the educated folks of Srinagar, and at his honor, an area near the Jahannagar and the Padshahi Bagh in Srinagar was named as a Mahjoor Nagar. In 1917, a bilingual film named Shairi Kashmir Mahjoor was released, with the Hindi version starring Balraj Sahni. A square in Srinagar is named after him. He is buried near the poet Haba Khatun at a site near Atwajan on Jammu Srinagar National Highway. A song featured in Coke's Radio Explorer Haglo is written by Mahjoor and was sung by Kashmir original band Kasamir. One of his renowned poetic compositions is Baghi-Nishat Ke Gulo, which stirs excitement and emotions within the readers. He possessed a profound fascination with the natural beauty of the Kashmir, and his poetry consistently portrays the picturesque garden meadows, forests, waterfalls, rivers, lush green fields, and the majestic mountains. Through these mesmerizing descriptions, he effectively conveys his heartfelt emotions and impassioned messages, urging his fellow countrymen to stand up against various forms of injustice. His verses not only celebrate the scenic bounty of Kashmir, but also ignite a sense of pride and patriotism, motivating the people, became a catalyst for positive change in their society. Rabindranath Tagore called Mahjood Wordsworth of Kashmir, acknowledging the romantic elements in his poetry. Mahjood says a famous phrase that is actually in Kashmir language, Roshi Petiyat Poshe Baguk Het Kerit Chaniyan Phal Dilbaro Gulzarmu. His translation is that visit me by making an excuse of visiting the flowery garden. If visiting me will make my garden bloom. Okay, thank you.